This is the plaintiff, Kim Criscola. She says she hired the plaintiff to design her a new kitchen, and over the next 4 months, she found out it was becoming harder and harder to deal with her. She has no idea what the lady was trying to pull because she was never available to meet, go over kitchen designs, and she wants the $2,000 she gave her returned because the woman did absolutely nothing. This is the defendant, Judith. She says this whole thing with the plaintiff's making her furious because she's been in business 42 years and has an impeccable reputation. She spent 7 months working with this woman, and when she asked her for more money because she was taking so long to commit to a kitchen, the woman flipped out. Oh, her? Ha! She's accused of not doing anything.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Kim Criscola.
Criscola.
You are suing Judith. You've asked to be referred to only by your first name.
Yes.
For $2,000, a deposit that you gave her that you say was for cabinets and that she has not provided. Tell me what's going on.
Okay. We hired a defendant on April 22nd, 2013 for kitchen designs and cabinets.
May I see the, did you sign a contract?
Oh
with
yeah, I have a contract.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right.
So we gave her $2,000 on that day, and verbally we were told that that $2,000 would be applied toward the cabinetry order. I specifically asked her.
It's actually in the contract in writing. It's not just verbal. Okay.
That's correct. I didn't get that on that day, though. I didn't get that until July.
Okay.
So on that day, it was just verbal between us. But I had inquired. I said, are there additional fees? Is there hourly fees, consulting fees? She said, no. I get paid through the order of my cabinets. So in the agreement, which you're looking at, signed by her on July 23rd, the very first line, retainer of $2,000 is required for design, and this $2,000 will be applied toward cabinetry order. Well, Judith never showed us any samples of any cabinets. I'm just going to go back to the contract for one more second because there's another important thing. There is no mention anywhere of the retainer of $2,000 expiring, because that comes up later.
Okay.
So she helped to design the kitchen. She came a couple of times. Then when it was time to look at the cabinets, she never showed me any cabinets. I needed to see what I was purchasing, so.
You mean she didn't show you physical samples?
Exactly.
Okay. Did she ask you to go somewhere to see physical samples?
She had said, oh, if you'd like to, and we can go together, but you have to pretend that I'm your mother, and you can't tell her that I'm working with you. She told me to go to this place called Kitchens and Baths, but she never made it to that appointment. So I went to
What do you mean
showroom.
she didn't make it to that appointment?
She didn't show up to go there.
Did you have a
to help me.
specified time?
We talked about a day to go, and she canceled that day to go. But I still went because I wanted to see these
That's
cabinets.
fine. That's not her not showing up. She canceled the appointment beforehand. You didn't go and wait for her. She canceled the appointment beforehand.
Yes.
And then did you folks reschedule?
I tried to reschedule with her countless times. I have all the phone records.
Okay. Do you have any texts or emails back and forth?
Yes, I do.
May I see those?
Sure. I even called her 3 times in one day, offering to go where she worked to look at the cabinets.
Okay.
And she said, no, that's not possible. Then she emailed me on 8/14 that my retainer was expiring and that she would need
Wait, back it up. The contract is dated what? July 23rd, but you
yes.
entered into it in what, May?
April.
April.
That's when we gave her a check for $2,000. I have a copy of that as well. Her sister was going through some hard times. She didn't give me a receipt that day. It was all in good faith on my part.
On August 1st is an email from her to you saying, I can't make it today, tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday afternoon. What would happen with those meetings? I can't come Sunday, but I can make it Monday. But what I don't see is you're picking and choosing the emails. I kind of want to see all of them.
I have other ones.
Yeah, I want to see all the emails. I want to know what you say to her and what she says to you. What's going on? She says that you're not doing your part of the job, which is to show her samples so that she can pick.
No, that story is not true.
So when were you available to show her samples?
I have.
Do you have the samples here that you showed her?
No, can I explain? You want the emails or you want me to explain?
Both. Let me see the emails.
Okay. And she's right about my sister. My sister passed away. She had cancer, so I was preoccupied. So
I'm very sorry about that.
Yeah, so am I. She was a heart transplant patient and suffered a lot. So anyway, our agreement was what you see, plus verbally, I had shared with her that, and I do this with every client, she's not anything new. The $2,000 is a retainer for me to get started on the job.
Right.
With design.
Yeah, and the
Okay.
$2,000 to be applied to
Right.
cabinets.
No.
No, yeah, I'm reading from your
hold on.
contract.
Yes.
A retainer of $2,000 is required for kitchen designs. This $2,000 will be applied towards cabinetry order.
Yes, but I always give the client the option if they decide, and it's not in the agreement, because I know,
Okay.
I already know. And there's a reason for that, but I'm going to pass that by unless you ask. Verbally, I had said that if you decide, because a lot of people do that sometimes, is if they decide
Not
that
to
they
go
don't-
forward with the cabinets,
Right.
the $2,000 is your fee for
Right, thank
design.
you
Here's the
very much.
problem. She says she never had a design fee agreement with you. That her agreement with you is the one that's right in front of my eyeballs,
I
which
have
is,
all-
I want to order cabinets. Her complaint is, I tried to order cabinets, Judge, but well, actually, your complaint is, I tried to order cabinets and before she would never show up, and then all of a sudden she had extra demands. Because according to you, she said she sends you an email that says what?
On August 14th, she emailed me that my retainer has expired. She said she would need $3,000 more to continue working with her. We had no problem giving her more money.
You
but
actually do say to her, listen, do you expect me to work until eternity for $2,000? As I explained, at this point, I have only worked for $15 an hour. Perhaps I should give you more time and expect to work for minimum wage?
That's what Judith had
And
said
that's
to
in
me.
response to the problem that you say to her, I'm going to need more money from you. I'm going to need $3,000 more
All right,
from
let
you.
me explain. She kept on pushing me off. I said, did you talk to your husband about the cabinetry?
Yeah, but wait, stop.
I
She
sent her
doesn't even
someplace.
talk to her husband about cabinetry until you show her something that she picks out that you price.
But I did price it out.
Did you ever show her samples?
She gave me a photo and
Did
said,
you ever
this-
show her samples?
Yes. I showed
According
her.
to you, she never showed you
She
samples.
never showed me.
She
Yes,
showed
and
you
I sent her-
photographs.
No, those were
No.
actually my photographs. I said I like
Did she
cabinets
ever
similar to
show
that.
you physical samples?
No,
Who's
never.
the man behind you? Your husband?
Yes,
Yes.
Your
Yeah,
Honor.
he's raising his hand. Yeah.
Yeah, we never saw samples of cabinets. She bought samples of countertops.
Okay. Did you ever show her samples of cabinets? That's what we're talking about.
Yes, I had a colonial door style, which is what this is. And then I said to her, go to this company I work
But
with.
why, if you're the kitchen designer, I don't
Because
understand.
she kept pushing it off.
Do you have any? Okay, I can work with you on that.
All right.
That's fine. Show me evidence that she kept pushing it off. Because the emails, do you have a stack of emails you want me to look at? Where? This one? This one? Okay. Because I need you to pull out, this is 1 inch thick. I need you to pull out the ones that show her pushing you off. Because the ones that she shows me, of course, are handpicked to show you canceling on her. So if you have stuff where she cancels on you, I'd like to see that.
Okay.
I don't know who you are, but get to it. I don't know if she thinks she expects you to get to it. Yeah, no, that was my reaction when she handed me an inch worth of emails. Show me where she pushed. And you, God, who are you to her?
I'm her son.
Oh, okay, yeah, work. Okay, go ahead. How did this break down like
Hold
this?
on. Because she was pushing me.
But you say pushing you, but it's June and July when you guys are talking about this. In fact, it's August 14th.
It's a lot of work. It's not only the design, it's the decorating. It's a lot of work. And she kept telling me that they had a problem with their agreement with however they were getting the money to do this renovation on the house.
Do you have evidence of that?
No, just that she told me that. And
Did you
also
tell her
working-
that
I
you
also
somehow
worked with the
were not
architect.
ready to pick cabinets?
No.
Okay.
What?
According to
Never.
you were ready to pick cabinets.
Yes, and I kept
And
asking.
you've pointed
have
out
the
several emails where you say,
Where are
I
the
want to see the
cabinets?
samples of the
Hold
cabinet.
on.
So
Your Honor.
all I need, just a second, what I need from you now is proof of your version that she's the delay and not you. And perhaps it's most fair, since your son is just fanning himself, hand her those emails. Let her have a chance to look through them.
What am I looking
I will
for?
patiently wait. Don't get flustered. I want you to look through them and show me where she's the delay in picking the cabinets. In other words, prove to me that you are ready, willing, and able to show her samples. And
No, I won't.
Okay.
No, I won't.
Why not?
No, because I was being taken advantage of for 6 months.
And
Hold on.
all I
And
need you to
she-
do is prove it. I need each side to prove what they're saying. She's proved what
I
she's
don't.
saying. So now I just need to see that you were being taken advantage of. That means you are showing her samples and she won't pick.
The cabinets take 3 months.
It doesn't matter. They take 3 months after I pick. I can't pick them unless you show them to me, right? So I just need to see where she refuses to pick them. I need to see something. She won't meet you. She's the one canceling the appointments. That's what I need to see, because then you're right. You're absolutely right. She's just kicking the can down.
I priced out the job, which she asked.
Say it again.
I priced out the job. That's a lot of work to do that.
I never even got something priced.
Stop.
Welcome back to the People's Court. RV11 here. So should the judge consider, the upset that the defendant was going through in deciding how much slack you give her?
I don't think so, because a deal was a deal and that wasn't supposed to happen. So even if it was...
She's saying, though, my sister got sick, my sister died. I mean, is that something the judge can consider?
Excuses are not allowed. A deal is a deal. That's how I feel.
Anybody have any...
Some compassion to be given to the woman who lost us.
By the judge?
By the judge, there's some leeway. I mean, if she was 3 months late because of it, then no, she has no right to have not finished the job. But if she needed a day or two to, deal with it.
But it was more than a day or two. That's the issue. Okay, going inside the courtroom.
I don't want to hear conclusions anymore. I want to see evidence.
Okay.
Don't tell me she took advantage of me. No, I need you to prove to me that she took advantage of me.
He's got it.
Your Honor, the customer sent very early on my mom many pictures of the cabinets that she actually wanted.
Right.
They're all the same door style.
Right. Okay. So then why can't you show her a proposed door?
She did. She priced out the job with these.
No, you think that that from the pictures you can price out the job and she needs to pay more money. No. But she wants to see the cabinet door you're going to use. Just a second, let me finish. She is entitled to, by the way, when you price this out at what price? The kitchen was going to be what?
I don't know.
About
20?
Wait, I thought you said it's a lot of work to price it out. Didn't you price it out?
20,
what was it?
Yeah, 20.
Well, look, man.
20, I don't know, 28, I think.
Okay, so for $28,000, she's entitled. You are talking about $28,000, right?
Yeah.
She's entitled to see the specific.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
You're
but
right.
wait a second. If you have a carpenter who's going to build it, then you ask the carpenter to build the one door so she can see the girth, the heft, the weight, the whatever, the look, the paint. How do you expect her to pay the $28,000 or to pay the next $3,000 without knowing that she wants that cabinetry?
Your Honor, she was directed to a showroom that had the
Did your
door
mother
style.
go there with her?
Apparently
Did you
not.
cancel that appointment?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so she's going to go to a showroom and pick. That's not kitchen
But
designing.
I told her exactly
But
what
it
door
wasn't-
style.
It wasn't just the door style. My mother spent months on fabrics and countertops
What fabrics?
and appliances.
What countertops?
Excuse me, and appliances.
Just a
Asked
second.
for.
What? Wait, stop. What fabrics and what? There's no. I don't see in any of the emails talk about fabrics.
I don't give that out so easy.
No,
I don't know what you're
samples that I
saying.
didn't
There's no
request.
evidence
Okay.
of fabric
The
picking.
appliances. She priced out the appliances.
Did she price out
No, I
appliances?
helped her.
Stop. Did she price out appliances?
No, I went myself to Appliance World with my husband, and we chose all of our appliances ourselves.
We have evidence that we did choose cabinets shortly after she broke the agreement of canceled checks with the new cabinet person within a month.
And the price
And
that
it's a
she
significant amount of money too.
the price she verbally quoted me, I never saw anything down on paper, was $37,000, I think it was $500.
Without appliances?
Without appliances for our cabinets.
Okay, for that kind of money for wood,
I would like to
somebody
see
should
them.
create a door for you.
Thank you.
All right, but hold on one sec.
I do a lot higher than that.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you just said. That you do a lot. You do a lot more than that.
I sure do.
You know, for $37,000 for the cabinets, I would expect you to have your cabinet maker. First of all, you should already have them, but if you don't, give you a few samples of a door so she can pick and bring her the samples that coincide with her very specific instructions about what she wants. Not for you to send her to some other place to look at stuff and then she doesn't show up. And then there's an email saying, you owe me another $3,000 because your thing expired. That's it. Now there's no relationship between them because now they start in 20-page run-on, single-spaced emails. They're both insulting each other at that point. They can't work together anymore.
No.
I mean, do you have evidence to support what you're saying? Because you, ma'am, tried to change the contract. I need to show your authority to have changed that contract.
If I did it.
Okay, my verdict is for the plaintiff and the amount of $2,000. You need to return the money.
Thank you very much.
Fine. It was worth it.
Let's get some comment from the defendant here after you heard the gavel come down. Decision for the plaintiff. What's your reaction to that?
Move on.
Why?
What am I
went
going
wrong
to do
here?
about it?
What went wrong here? Why did it wind up in court?
If I had
Why?
to do it all over again, I would do the same thing because I've done it and I've never had an issue. So has to do with clientele.
Okay. All right, right around the corner there on your way out. So step on in here. What's your feeling coming out of the courtroom after all that?
I'm very happy. I'm very pleased. I feel that justice was done as it should be. And that's it. Very happy.
What happened to the kitchen?
We hired a different kitchen designer, and it's on its way to being done.
Okay. Harvey?
Okay, I mean, it's really simple. Emotional upset is no justification for delaying a contract. It may be an issue of compassion, but compassion and the law often don't meet. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.